Good morning and happy Friday. This is just a quick check in to say hello, make sure everything's going well with all of you. We hope that you've had a good week and congratulations on making it through week number 10. Just doesn't seem possible that the last time we were in the office was actually March 13th. It's 10 weeks. That's a long time. So we thank you for your continued efforts. 10 weeks, seems like it is an eternity. As you can see, my hair is, I can't believe how long it is. So that's how I know it's been a long time. My last haircut, I looked it up, February 13th. So it's quite a long time. But as always, if you're having any issues, please reach out to your manager, or certainly you can call me. Just let us know what you need or what the issue is, and we'll do whatever we can to try to fix it. As the saying goes, especially at this time, we're all in this together. We'd love to hear about what you've been working on. Any good stories that you can share, any successes, any frustrations, any failures. Um, what have you been hearing from our clients over the last 2 months that you've been talking to them? I can tell you that the first month was filled with a lot of calls. I'm sure you've gotten plenty also. And I know Stuart and Stephen have as well about business interruption coverage. When am I getting my claim check? How come it's not covered? So you all know how those calls went. We have gotten a bunch of denials from insurance carriers to date saying, sorry, there's no coverage. A lot of them wrote to the clients, after we filed some claims, wrote to clients saying, look, give us the exact amount of your loss, tell us what happened, tell us why. Some clients are, slow to push back on that or get that information back. Other insurance companies have just denied it so far and said there's no direct physical loss to the premise, so we're not paying. But clients expected it, I believe, and they're hopeful that someday in the future the government or the state will overturn that. I don't see it happening right now, but that is what we've been seeing. And then after that, for me personally, spent a lot of time with insurance companies, just checking in with us and talking about what they're seeing and what they're planning and how to adjust numbers, and they've all, for the most part, been pretty helpful. So that was always good to hear. And now I would say over the last few weeks, a little bit of a glimmer of hope. I've seen a little bit of an uptick in some new business, clients, leasing new cars, things starting to get back a little bit. So that's been encouraging. I hope that continues. Not sure what everyone else is hearing, but would love to know. And certainly we hope that swing continues in an upward momentum and business does kick in again. Speaking of business, I did want to mention another source for anyone that needs it, another market. You may be getting calls. People are thinking about things that they probably didn't want to think about or didn't even want to hear about insurance in the past, whether that's travel insurance or special event insurance. And we've gotten a few calls from people about specifically wedding insurance. And unfortunately, one of our carriers, Travelers, who was a pretty big leader in the wedding business and wedding insurance business, had a product called the Wedding Protector Plan. They've put that on moratorium, so they're not issuing it right now. Alan actually was helpful. He had a client asking him about it, and we discovered a source that we have done business with in the past is writing these kind of policies still. The name of the company, they write it with Fireman's Fund, I believe, and it's RV Nuccio and Associates. The information's in TAM if anybody needs it, or you can reach out to myself, to Eileen, to Alan. We can get you that information. Only thing to note is it's not going to cover this pandemic, and I know that's everybody's biggest question. Our travel insurance policies aren't covering it, special event policies aren't covering it, but at least they'll still write it. Any kind of known circumstance, as Fireman's Fund is referring to it, like this pandemic, is not going to be covered in the policy, but it does cover a lot of other things for cancellation, so it's still an important coverage. Another hot topic, that you should be mentioning to your clients that you speak with is cyber liability. So many people obviously are remote and working from home, and the exposures are just increasing. And so it's something to talk to them about, something to be aware of. something to talk to our carriers about will they cover it, and how are they covering it, what are they seeing. I can tell you, I've been speaking with Steve Patrick, that's our IT consultant. He's seeing something like a 500% increase of people that are, attempts of getting hacked. He can monitor for all his clients every time the system gets pinged, or someone tries to get in, and the amount of activity, he said, has just skyrocketed because the bad guys out there know that there's less security with all these people working from home. So just be aware of it. I think cyber is more important than ever, and you should definitely be mentioning it to clients as you speak to them. Stepping away from coverage and business for a minute, we did want to share with you some really unfortunate and tragic news. I'm not sure if you had seen the horrific story on the news about a bad house fire in Lindenhurst in the middle of the night over this past weekend. Unfortunately, that fire involved some family members of Ronnie's, and one of them tragically lost their lives. Our hearts go out to Ronnie and her entire family, and we hope they're doing as well as possible. Our sincere condolences and prayers to Ronnie and her family. And Ronnie, please know that we're thinking of you, and all of us only wish you well, and if there's anything we can do to help, please let us know. On the brighter side, we have had a few customer satisfaction stories. I wanted to share them with you. I'll just read them to you. The first one is actually about Perry, and it's from Isaac Simkowitz, one of our producers, and it reads, "From Isaac to Perry on May 11th. Subject was, thank you, Perry. Perry, I just want to thank you for all your technical support. You certainly have a great deal of patience. Good luck and stay safe." So Perry, thank you. And it's always nice to hear good things from a client, but just as nice to hear it from a producer. And speaking of that, we have a very nice note from Shia about Dominica. It's about an account that Dom worked on for Shia under the name of Mark and Rachel Moskowitz, and it reads, "Dominica, I appreciate the time and effort you put in to take care of this over the weekend. Thanks so much. Regards, Shia." Shia, thank you for taking the time to say nice things. Appreciate it. And thanks, Dominica, for all your efforts. It's always appreciated. The next one is about Christina Grusso. We actually got the info from Elisa, who spoke to our client, Ted Ramasahami, and she shared his thoughts about Christine, and Elisa repeated them, which were, "Sonny told me to tell you again how much he appreciates everything you have done and everything you do for him, and that he sincerely hopes you and your family are doing well." So Christine, thank you, and Elisa, thanks for sharing that information. We definitely appreciate it. We also wanted to let you know that, of course, we're hoping to be able to start to return back to our home away from home in beautiful Oceanside, New York, sometime soon, especially as we near the magical June 13th date that the governor has been referencing. Don't know exactly what will happen and when, but we've been working on several different plans and options to determine what might be best for all of us. In order to assist us in the planning, we're going to send out an email to you, hopefully today, which will have a quick survey attached. We really want your honest feedback. There's no right or wrong answers, no trick questions, nothing to be worried about. Just some simple questions that we just want to, get your feelings, get your feedback, see what everyone's thinking, and see what everyone's situations are. So if you could just take a few minutes, read through the survey, read through the questions, give us your answers, give us your honest feedback, and try to get that information back to Terry as quickly as possible. Certainly by Tuesday, that'd be great. It's 3 questions. It'll take you 2 minutes to answer, but it'll be very helpful to us. So again, look for that in your email. There'll be an attachment, a Word attachment. You can print it and fill it out, take a picture of it, and send it in to us, or just do it as a Word document, save it, and send it back. Whatever's easy for you is no problem. We're also speaking with experts and fellow competitors, other business owners that we know about best practices and necessary proper protocols that we will most likely need to adopt when we finally get back to the office. Certainly, we know many of them are inconvenient, Might even be annoying at times or may seem annoying, but please just keep in mind that whatever the rules and regulations that we adopt are, we're doing them all to keep us as safe as possible and minimize as much risk as possible. We just need to get through this time and just be as safe as we can be. More certainly on this to follow from us, but we just wanted to let you know that it is something that we've been working on, that we're taking very seriously, and just want to make it as safe as possible. Finally, we wanted to wish everyone a very happy, safe, and most importantly, very healthy Memorial Day weekend. We know it may not be the same type of barbecue or celebration with family and friends that you've had traditionally in the past, but just try to take some time, relax, take some time to yourselves, spend it with your family, remember all the good things and the good times, and just have some fun. Don't forget, I'm sure it's not on anyone's mind, but don't forget we are closing officially early today, so enjoy that, enjoy the long weekend, and we will certainly speak to you next week. And on behalf of Stephen, Stuart, and I, just again, thanks for your perseverance, your efforts, and your overall hard work. So enjoy, thanks, we'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.